What's up, guys? Basidio here. Haven't uploaded in a while. Recently, Showdown has been hosting a tournament in OU tier. It's a top 8 on the ladder every 2 weeks, and then 64 seeds after 2 months or something. It's weird, but it's pretty fun. I mean, I've never really played OU much except for 4th gen when I first started playing competitively. All of 5th gen I was UU, and I've been playing UU solely uh, XY too. So I decided to make a team for it. I've been doing really well. 24-3 right now. Team is on the top. It's Skarmory, Stall Skarmory. The whole team is basically Stall. I'm not gonna waste time explaining it. They're pretty standard Stall sets. Um, Skarmory's running Defog instead of Whirlwind though, because I'd rather have a way to get rid of both hazards if I need to, and then just reset them up. I have enough recovery throughout the team. So, person at the bottom, the reason I decided to upload this game, this is one of the best games I've ever played. Easily the best match I've had in XY in any tier. Solid player, Disaster Summoner. I think he was like 34-6, something around there. So I'm just going to get started. Leads off with his Mienshao. I lead off with my Heatran. Go for Protect to scout item, mainly. I see he goes for Fake Out, so I'm guessing he's Life Orb, and I know he's not Scarfed. He goes for a high jump kick, and I see it does a lot of damage to a max defense Skarmory. So I'm guessing he's Reckless, too. But turns out I was wrong. I just didn't know damage variance. He's Regenerator. So I switch out, and I want to take another high jump kick. I thought he might go for it, and he goes for the U-turn, making a smart play. And Benetti obviously doesn't go crashing, and Benetti takes a hit. Go for the taunt on Ferrothorn. Doesn't set up his rocks, and then I go for a Will-O-Wisp. He makes a smart switch into Charizard, absorbing the burn. And I wasn't sure which Charizard Mega it would be. I usually go into Chansey just in case it's Y. Unfortunately, it's X. And also, unfortunately, it's not running Dragon Claw, which Quagsire can stall out and ignore the Dragon Dance. Instead, it's running Outrage, which it dies from. Luckily, it's a 3-turn Outrage, so my Mega Banette can Destiny Bond. For stall, this gen Quagsire is absolutely necessary because there's people who can set up and just destroy teams. And having Quagsire and Banette is like a failsafe, because if Quagsire cannot take a super powerful Outrage, I can switch in Banette and debond and take out the threat. I lose 2 Pokemon, but it's worth taking out the threat. And my other 4 Pokemon, with just those 4, is still a very solid defensive core. So he's going for Volt Switch on my Celebi as I switch in Celebi, switching out Skarmory. And he's going to keep going for U-turns. I'm pretty sure, based on the damage at this point that it did to Celebi, because she's full special defensive, that it's a spec set. And so basically I'm just playing a switch game. I switched in Chansey, which was not smart because Chansey's holding Eviolite, obviously, and Celebi has the lefty's recovery, so it wasn't a smart play by me. Here I go for the Lava Plume, knowing he'll switch out, but figuring if I get a burn, the residual damage would be good on anything. Unfortunately, I don't get it on the Lindorus. He makes another smart play and goes directly for the U-turn instead of Earthquaking. And seeing that his Ferrothorn had Stealth Rocks makes me think that that isn't a defensive Landorus set. It's probably a ban set at this point. I'm thinking that. I mean, he might have double rocks for some odd reason, but I don't think so. I make a prediction here, figuring he won't go for the high jump kick, and was right. Go for a Wish as he U-turns. Now I can should have protected there. I don't know what I was doing. I just wanted some residual damage on that Lando. So I go for a Toxic, and now I lost my Eviolite. So Chansey is not anywhere near as bulky as she was one turn ago. Go for a Wish, switch out into my Heatran, and I figured he'd go for a Leech Seed because it's a chancey he would recover a lot and could switch in other things and they would recover a lot. Now that I have a status on the Lando, I go for my Stealth Rocks. I've seen him Volt switching a lot, and like I said, I'm pretty sure that Raikou. I was pretty sure that Raikou was Specs set, so I can get residual damage if he keeps Volt turning. Decide to go into Chansey. He goes for a Psy Shock. I see his Life Orb. Decide to sack the Chansey because it did lose Eviolite. So now it's 3-5. Not really looking great for me. Goes for a Draco Meteor, and I could have lifted it anyway, but it misses. Another Draco Meteor, I just decide to play it safe and go for another recover. Wait until his special attack drops, and then make a play. Now I know he's going to switch here. I tried to predict and go into Heatran, thinking he'd go into Ferrothorn. Unfortunately, he goes into Lindorus T. I think I go for a Protect here to get Lefty's recovery, and he goes for a U-turn. And like I said, I was pretty sure that he was banded. So I decided to stay in and go for a Lava Plume, and I was correct. He was banded. Or no, I go for a Roar. My mistake. Go for another Protect here. Just to scout move, because like I said, I'm pretty sure this Raikou was Specs. Goes for a Thunderbolt. I'm pretty sure I can live it comfortably. So I go for a Lava Plume, just getting some damage, and I end up getting a burn on the Raikou, which is great. So now I go... I forget. This was a long game, and it was a day or two ago. I go for the Protect, just trying to get burn damage and leftovers recovery. He switches out, so I get another free Protect. Goes for the Fake Out. Switch in Skarmory. He goes for a high jump kick. And this one? No. He takes out my Skarmory with another high jump kick. So now I think he pretty much won because there's really not shit I can do. He goes for a U-turn here, which I was hoping he would, thinking I would switch into Celebi for the high jump kick. Switches in his Landorus, and I go for a Lava Plume, take out the Landorus. So now it's, it was 5-2, now it's 4-2. Switches in his Latios, go for a Protect, just for Lefty's recovery. 2 turns in, and it cancels out the Stealth Rocks damage. Goes for a Draco Meteor, and it misses. I mean, it kind of mattered. It would have done some damage, but I'm especially defensive Heatran. I resist the Draco Meteor. Go for a Roar in his Raikou. Takes burn damage and Stealth Rocks damage. Goes for a Volt Switch, and is left to the point where he can Volt Switch out, but next time he switches in, he's dead. I stay in, take the Volt Switch, 30%, and go for a Lava Plume, hoping to burn whatever switches in. Doesn't burn the Latios, but does decent damage, 18.7%. Switches in his Mienshao. I Protect, predicting the Fake Out. Or no, I Protect. Sorry about that. I Protect just to scout the Latios. He switches, go for another Protect for the Fake Out. Go into Celebi, thinking he'll go for high jump kick here. He does and gets a crit, which I was really upset about. I switch here, knowing he'll go for the U-turn, because it can take out the Celebi. Another high jump kick won't, unless it's another crit. So he does go for the U-turn, goes into Latios, 3% left. And I go for the Protect for Lefty's recoveries. I see he has Earthquake, and I see that it's a mixed Latios, so I switch out, go into my Celebi. So he goes for another Earthquake, Celebi tanks it, and the Latios dies. So he goes into his Mienshao. Goes for a Hidden Power. I think he thought it would be enough to kill, because I don't know why I wouldn't go for a Fake Out then. I don't know what he was thinking, honestly. Like, maybe he thought it would be enough to kill, I'm not sure. But he goes for a hidden power, trying to kill it, I guess. I go for a Giga Drain. I'm able to keep my Celebi alive and do good enough damage to where the Mienshao won't be full from regenerators after this. So he goes for the U-turn, sacks his Raikou, switches back into Mienshao. I go for a Protect on the Fake Out, and here I realize I can win this. Because I can sack the Celebi at this point, and he goes for the high jump kick. I figured either way it's going to kill the Celebi at that percent, and now he can't really risk me going for a Protect. So he U-turns out, because if he missed a high jump kick, he would have died. If I went for the Lava Plume, he would have died. So he couldn't risk an HP Fire, or HP Ice, I'm guessing, and he couldn't risk a high jump kick. Switches out, goes into his Ferrothorn, I Lava Plume, and so it's 1 versus 1 here. I paused it for a second. Mienshao versus Heatran. He should have this. Like I said, I know it's Life Orb, I know it's Fake Out. Here I have two options. I can go for the Protect on the Fake Out, not take any damage, but then he can just high jump kick. I decide to take the Fake Out, take the free damage that he gets from using Fake Out, not Protect, because then that leaves the tough decision on him. Because then I can still Protect at 100%. It doesn't have a 50% chance of working. Not Protect, take the Fake Out, and then he has to decide, do I high jump kick here and risk him protecting and killing myself, or do I go for an HP Ice, like I said, I think it was, and risk him lava pluming? So this right here is where like mind games really set in. I take the Fake Out, and he's down to 50% after Life Orb recoil, so he is in range to kill himself with high jump kick. So I decide I am going to go for the Lava Plume. He goes for the hidden power. I outpredict him, go for the Lava Plume, and win the game. Amazing game, Disaster Summoner. If you ever see him or me on Showdown, you can ask about it. If you ever need help crafting a team, just let me know. I'm testing a few new teams in Showdown now on test accounts for OU, just for when I get higher on the ladder for this tournament. But thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you next time.